October 1st to you people. Happy October 1st to everybody. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Happy October 1st to you. How's it going? How's it going? Good morning, good morning, good morning. Happy October 1st to you. Okay? Yes. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Happy October 1st to you. All right, everybody, we are rocking and rolling. Welcome to the Start Your Day with the Win show. I am your girl, Yasmin Shiraz. What's going on? We are starting our day with a win. I was diagnosed a long time ago with depression and anxiety, and I was able to help myself and not be on drugs or what have you through some natural lifestyle changes. And so every day we're going to have a show. We're going to do an episode where though we're working out, we are also going to be talking about, we are also going to be working on our, we're going to be working on all this stuff dealing with how to overcome anxiety and depression. Okay. Somebody on my YouTube channel told me yesterday, where's your waist trainer? And you know what? You know I have one. I just didn't have it on. All right. So yeah. So everybody, welcome in, welcome in, welcome in this morning. Welcome in this morning. I haven't worn this thing in a while. Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in, you guys. How's everybody doing? How's everybody doing this morning? Yes, my waist trainer is too big. It's too big, so I generally have to like sort of pull it over, and I be having to do all the things with this waist trainer. Now, the whole thing with this waist trainer is it sort of helps keep, it helps you keep warm right in here, and it helps you sort of lose weight. Mine is too big. All right, y'all. So we're gonna go ahead and get started. We're gonna go ahead and get some kettlebells in this morning. All right, we're gonna start our day off right. Because Yas was in the house tonight. You guys, happy doggone October 1st, you guys. Happy October 1st, you guys. Happy October 1st, because guess what? We doing what we got to do. I had my one weight glove. I don't know if you guys saw my video last night. I did a video where I was singing. I had on my thing. It was interesting. Sauce Boss, how you doing? How you doing? Good morning, everybody. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome in, welcome in. All right, we're going to go ahead and do 20 kettlebells to warm ourselves up really quick. Hello over in Twitchville. How are you doing? How's it going this morning? How's it going? Sauce Boss, how you doing? Muhammad, how you doing? Della McDonald, good morning. Good morning. How's everybody doing this morning? We're going to go ahead and we're going to get our 20 kettlebell swings in real fast. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, okay? So we already knocked off 20. Our goal every day with the Start Your Day with the Win show is to do 120 kettlebells a day, okay? We're doing 120 kettlebells a day. Today's episode is about toxic relationships, okay? Every time we come on, we talk about if you're somebody who suffers with anxiety or depression, how can you stop suffering? How can you heal yourself naturally? How can you do things for yourself naturally, okay? All right, how can you do that? All right? And so one of the things we want to start talking about in every episode, yesterday, what was our topic? Yes, we do so many different topics, but we're going to be talking about supplements that you can take. Yesterday we talked about sugar and how sugar is actually a trigger, okay? So every day we come in and we have different topics that we're talking about. All right. Yes. Okay. Valley, I'll be healed. Lord have mercy. He said he'll be healed when Diddy is free. Well, let me tell you, hey, me, good morning. Good morning. I don't know how that's going to go because I saw a news article yesterday where it seems like they want to give him 11 years. Okay. Now, on our stair stepper, we get 1,200 steps a day, okay? So I like to come on and hurry up and get like 100 real fast in the morning. I generally have my weights with me or what have you, but I am just warming up this morning. I'm just warming up right now, okay? So we're just getting it in. If you have a stair stepper, you guys, I've been seeing so many about these incline little treadmill things. I'm thinking about getting one of those. Although I prefer walking outside. That's the only reason why I don't have one. All right? So our topic for today is toxic relationships. A lot of people don't realize that toxic relationships can, in fact, contribute to anxiety and depression, okay? Toxic relationships. If anybody is hearing me in the chat, please type toxic in the chat. And please smash that like button, smash some hearts on there, okay? So we can get more people to see it. So get us in the algorithm, okay? We're talking about toxic relationships today, okay? Now, a lot of people do not understand what a toxic relationship is. Like, people hear that oftentimes as a buzzword, but they don't actually understand what it is. And so in this episode, we're gonna break down toxic relationships. Now, from a physical standpoint, when you have a toxic relationship, you're gonna have somebody who say they're very argumentative, you starting to get headaches, you starting to get migraines, okay? That's a way for you to know you're in a toxic relationship, okay? That's a way for you to know that. A lot of people don't realize that they're in a toxic relationship, okay? Yes. Why am I so out of breath? Why do you think I just lifted up? Seriously, this is what we're doing? People do not realize. Oh, Lord, let me just see. Yeah, so anyway, yes. So people, anything with little kind of craziness that comes into the chat, I will just block it because we're trying to keep our energy up, okay? And so toxic relationships, are you getting headaches? Are you getting migraines? Okay? That's how you know that relationship. Are you feeling frustrated? Say you're at home and you have a toxic situation going on at home, right? Do you not want to go at home? Do you not want to be at home? Okay? That's another way for you to know that you're dealing with toxicity at home. Yes, Eat, Pray, Grow. Yes. Hello. Thank you, Eat, Pray, Grow. We start at 8:30. Thank you. So, yes, Eat, Pray, Grow. Our workout is from 8:30 to 9:30, okay? And we do kettlebell swings, we do a stair stepper, and then we'll do sort of like exercises off of the stair stepper as well. Grandma, thank you so much for getting the #1 gifter badge. Amy, welcome in. Samama Tori, how you doing? Louis Ragsdale, welcome in. Marie Beatrice, welcome in. Laura, welcome in. Elvira, welcome in. Boona, welcome in. Okay? So if you're coming home and you're like, hey, I don't want to come home, there's a reason why you're saying that. Okay? There's a reason why you're saying, why am I coming home? Why don't I feel like coming home? Okay? If you don't enjoy being around people, there's a reason that you don't enjoy it, okay? A lot of times, relationships change over time, right? So say, for example, 5 years ago, you're in this relationship with this person and it's feeling great, everything is going well. That's wonderful, right? But 5 years later, something could have changed, okay? And what happens a lot of times in relationships is when things start going south, they're going south because people are not communicating a lot of times about their needs, okay? Like, people aren't talking about it, right? So you might have a partner who isn't getting what they want, but they're not telling you. You feel what I mean? They're not telling you, hey, I need this and I need that, okay? And so that's one of the things I want to show you and teach you today about toxic relationships. I was married for 23 years, almost 24 years before my husband passed away. He passed away the day before my birthday, almost 7 years ago this month, okay? So my birthday is this month, y'all. So we doing what we gotta do. Yes, Ashley Scott, how you doing? Hey, how you doing? How's it going? How's it going, Ashley Scott? Yes, Eat, Love, Pray, Grow. How you doing? Thank you. Thank you. I'm so glad that you subscribe. Please, people, definitely subscribe so you know when I'm on. Yes, hey, Sayubi, how we doing? We cool. I feel like, did I see you yesterday? Hello from South Africa. Thank you guys for the likes. Thank you for the likes on the chat. Thank you for that. We're gonna keep on going. We're gonna keep on working out and doing what we got to do. We're going to get into our kettlebells. So you guys, if you have, I don't know what I did with my other glove. I had it yesterday. You guys, I did this video last night. I think I still have to post it to YouTube. I don't think I posted to YouTube yet. But I'm singing about these Gen X apologies that people need to be given to Gen X or whatever. I thought it was so funny. I think sometimes people don't get my humor. All right. But again, today you're at the start your day with a workout, start your day with a win workout. And our topic for today is toxic relationships. Okay. A lot of people don't realize if you have anxiety and you have depression, how much is your relationship itself contributing, right? Contributing to how you're feeling, okay? Yes, this little, hey, no ego, how are you doing? Welcome in, welcome in. Thank you for coming to join me. This little cloud, welcome in. I come on Monday through Friday, you guys, Monday through Friday at 8:30 in the morning, from 8:30 to 9:30, okay? I do 120 kettlebell swings. I do 1,200 steps on here, and then I do other exercise, okay? And every show that we do, we're talking about something that contributes to anxiety and depression and how we can, come up with natural lifestyle changes to help ourselves, okay? All right, y'all, so now I've already did 0 to 20. Let's get to 20 to 40 with this 15 pound, okay? Thank you so much. All right, let's do it. So we got 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, okay? You guys, we just got 40. We just got 40, you guys. We're going to go ahead and clap that up. Carrie Ann, welcome in. Chan the Gym, welcome in. Marcia, welcome in. JoJo Supreme, welcome in. So we already got, now y'all know, we have an anger management session onto these lives. We do those as well. All right. So we're talking about toxic relationships. All right. And so a lot of people don't realize if you're in a toxic relationship, that could be feeding your anxiety. That could be feeding your depression. So it's very important for us to understand, depression might be something that's happening to you, but you have to start looking at your life and what is triggering you. Okay, what is triggering you to feel down? What is triggering you to feel bad? And a lot of people, you're in the relationship and you feel like you have to stay, right? And I understand that. I'm not judging anybody. You feel like you have to stay, right? But you're not doing anything to protect your mental health. Okay, so if you decide to stay, if you decide to deal with whatever you're dealing with, what are you doing? What are you doing to protect your mental health? Okay, that's what we're talking about today when we're talking about toxic relationships. What are you doing to protect your mental health? All right, y'all, let's do some lifts over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I have 260 on the stair stepper, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, you guys. Now that is 300, okay? We are now at 300 steps, okay? Woo! We are not playing this morning. Oh my God. Thank you guys for coming in today. Yes, first time here. All right, Mr. 420, thank you. Welcome back, you guys. Mr. 420 has entered the chat. He is a new tribe member who, while we are working out, he is doing push-ups, I believe. So every time you see Mr. 420 having 100, 200, 300, he is sharing his energy with us, and he is doing push-ups. And that's what we want. We want to create a tribe of people, and we're about taking care of our bodies. All right? So we've been talking about toxic relationships today. All right? 3 key areas of where you have to evaluate. Hey, what's happening? Good morning, Ty. Good morning, good morning. Good morning, Ty. Welcome back. 3 key areas that you guys have to look at for your toxic relationships. 1, this is the biggest one, family. A lot of people don't want to hear that. A lot of people don't want to look at, is their family toxic? You know what I'm saying? And listen, I don't know your family, but they probably are toxic. Okay? I don't know your family though. I don't know your family, right? But it's just that there are toxic relationships and toxic things have happened over the years. And so resentment builds and it becomes a toxic, volatile situation, okay? So you have families that are toxic, right? You can have an intimate partner, boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife, whatever you want to call the person, snuggle bunny, whatever you want to call them, right? That intimate relationship could also be toxic, right? And the third relationship I want you guys to think about is your work relationships. You could have a toxic manager, boss, coworker, the person who wants to elbow you when you're trying to get your coffee every day, okay? These are the toxic relationships we're going to talk about today, and we're going to evaluate. But first, let's go ahead and go 40 to 60 on our kettlebell swing, all right? So we are doing what we got to do today. We are not playing. We've already been at it for 15 minutes, okay? We are doing what we got to do. Today's topic at the Start Your Day with the Win workout show is toxic relationships, okay? As I said, I am a mom and a widow. I was diagnosed with clinical depression and anxiety almost 20 years ago at this point. And I tried Prozac and I tried Wellbutrin, I didn't like how they made me feel. And so what I decided to do was do lifestyle changes. I decided to do lifestyle changes that made it so that I didn't have to take the medication, but I also didn't feel bad. Okay? One of my biggest lifestyle changes is no matter what's going on, I work out every day. You know what I'm saying? You're going to see me, whether I'm a 4 that year or an 8, I'm working out all the time. I'm going to always work out in the morning. That's who I am. I'm going to walk. Yesterday, I walked in the evening or what have you. Hey, Princess, welcome in. Red, welcome in. Anita, welcome in. Kim, welcome in. Welcome in. All right. Pretty Little Thing, welcome in. Welcome in. Thank you for liking the live, Princess. Thank you for liking the live. Please, you guys, like the chat. Like the chat. Tap the button, share it with people. If you got friends who could use some motivation and learn how to make some lifestyle changes because they are feeling anxious, because they have been feeling down, because they have been feeling a loss of motivation, please share the live with them. All right, Ty, yes, Ty is playing little catch up with girl, but we know you got a 20-pound weight, and we know you doing what you got to do. Yes. Hey, Andel, welcome back. Welcome back, Andel. I hope I'm saying that good. All right. So you guys, let's go ahead and get 40 to 60, and then we're going to get into the family relationship, the intimate relationship, and the work relationship. So let's go, y'all. All right. 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, okay? All right, so what I've been doing today is I've been just doing sets of 20 of the kettlebell, and then I've been switching back and forth between the 15-pound and the 10-pound, okay? All right, keeping my heart rate going. All right, so let's talk about toxic relationships as it relates to the family, okay? Let's talk about that, okay? The family. When I talk about the family, like you could be a daughter, you could be a son in a family. Now you're an adult, okay? They may put expectations on you. The family might put expectations on you, and you might say, hey, I don't want this pressure. I don't feel good about this pressure that is being placed on me, okay? If you feel like that, all right, that's a way that you could have a toxic family relationship. Say you are of the age where your kids have kids, okay? And your kids want to drop off their kids whenever they feel like it, okay? They're not respecting that you have a life on your own, okay? If that is the case, guess what? That's toxic, okay? 1, let's count up to 10 on here real quick. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, okay? Let's do that. Let's do some butterfly one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Say you have a family member who every month wants to ask you for money. And you're trying to, I don't know, save money, do whatever you want with your money because it's yours. And you have somebody who is always sort of asking you for your money. That's toxic, okay? So a lot of ways that, if toxicity enters our lives, a lot of people, we're not even aware of it, okay? We just think that that's how life is supposed to be, all right? So that's some ways, family. And also, people making expectations because, okay, well, you're the girl of the family, you should do this. You're the guy of the family, you should do that, okay? Now, communication needs to happen. People shouldn't just pressure you and make you feel like you have to do certain things, and this constant pressure, because the constant pressure leads to stress. And there you go. That's where the anxiety starts lurking. You don't even want to be around your family because you're feeling anxious. That's where depression starts messing with your mind, where you are not feeling good. Kanisha, thank you so much for liking the live. Thank you so much for liking the live. Okay? All right. So, yes. Let's go. Yes, let's go. Yes, let's go. Let's go. Let's go. You guys tap the live, tap up the live, tap up the live. Thank you so much. We are talking about toxic relationships today on the How to Start Your Day with the Win show while we work out, okay? We're talking about toxic relationships. Yes. So the other thing that we're talking about, so we talked about family relationships. Now, the same thing we're going to talk about is now is intimate relationships, okay? Your partner. As I shared with you guys, I was married for 23 years before my husband passed away almost 7 years ago, okay? Now, we went to therapy. We had a really good relationship, but I noticed that through, time, we had to keep checking in with each other. Okay, I actually want this out of the relationship. I want this out of my life. We constantly had to check in with each other, okay? Now, with intimate relationships, obviously physical abuse is a no-no, right? We pretty much know if somebody is beating you behind, we pretty much know that's toxic, right? But a lot of people don't understand emotional abuse. A lot of people don't understand emotional abuse. Say you have your, you talk to your husband or your partner or whomever, and you're like, hey, I really want to go and do such and such. Say you want to go out on Saturday night. You've told this person a month ago, they've agreed to do it. They're excited. They're acting like, yeah, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this with you. I'm going to do this with you. But then come Saturday night, they flip the switch out of nowhere and say they're not at home. They don't tell you. They don't show up. That creates an emotional wound, okay? Because you trust your partner. Hey, Charlene Joseph, you trust your partner, and out of the blue, your partner switched up on you, okay? People don't understand that. Say, for example, you're losing weight, you're working out, you're doing all this stuff, and your person is calling you fat, or is saying, oh, you're never going to reach your goal, and stuff like that. That's emotional abuse, okay? And a lot of people will say, oh, that's just how somebody is. Okay, you can make any type of excuses or whatever for the person. That's fine. I'm more concerned about how is that going to make you feel, right? I'm not, what I'm saying? You can call it whatever you want, acceptable behavior, not acceptable behavior. What I want you guys to realize is how it makes you feel, okay? And so people who are bombarded with criticism, if you are bombarded with negativity in your relationship, say you go through the trouble of cooking a fantastic meal for your spouse, for your partner, and they come in and they're like, I'm not eating that crap or whatever. Again, that is emotional abuse. Why? Because it's tearing down who you are. It's tearing down your identity. So a lot of people don't realize, well, gosh, why do I feel bad around my partner? And that's because they've been tearing you down. All right, let's get 10 over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We got 500 down here already. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, okay? Now let's go a little bit around the world. I haven't done these in a while. 1, we don't have to count. We're just going to get this to 600 before we go into our anger management exercises, okay? We're just throwing this around, okay? So, again, in the intimate partner space, you have people who are criticizing you, people who you are counting on who don't show up for you. A lot of times, lately, I've heard the use of the term safe. Safe. If you don't feel safe around your partner, if you don't feel safe around your partner, there's a good chance that you are in a toxic relationship, okay? If you don't feel safe around your partner, there's a good chance you're in a toxic relationship. So say, for example, okay, your partner is your emergency contact, okay? This person is your emergency contact. All right, we got 600 on the stair stepper, you guys. We are not playing. So say your person, you get, let me see, hold on, you guys. I got a little question real fast. Mr. 420. Yes, so we have a question we're going to get into the solutions towards after we get through work relationships. But Mr. 420 has a question that we're going to answer after we get this done. How do you do maintenance on relationships to keep things in check? Yes, we're going to get into that and how to give good and receive good in relationships. Absolutely. I want to talk about safety real quick. I'm going to answer that, Mr. 420. Let me get through this real fast. Okay, so in the intimate relationship, all right, if you have somebody who doesn't make you feel safe. So what do I mean? If you was on the side of the road, do you feel you could call your partner? Would they help you? If not, you probably don't feel safe. If you told this person, hey, I have $100 or $1,000 coming in, would they take your money from you? you don't feel safe, okay? Safe, a lot of times that's a term that women use a lot of time more so than men, okay? But women need to feel safe, okay? It's a big indicator of a healthy relationship, okay? It's a big indicator of a healthy relationship. I always felt safe around my husband. He would say on Sunday, NFL is playing, I would just go lay next to him. He could be on the floor watching TV. I'm just going to go and I'm going to curl up next to him because I always felt safe. I didn't feel there was one problem that I could ever tell my husband or take to him that he would not have said, okay, Yasmin, let's figure out how to work this out, okay? All right, and the next thing we're going to talk about work boundaries. But let me answer that. Let me answer Mr. 420's question, okay, real fast, because it's October 1st, y'all, my birthday month, so we're going to be going hard to that this month. How do you do maintenance on relationships to keep things in check and healthy? Me and my husband, we did date nights. Right? So we would do a date night on Friday night. Sometimes we did date night on Saturday night, okay? And so the first part of the question, how do you keep a healthy relationship healthy, right? Check in with your partner. Make sure that y'all are doing the same things that you did to stay together, okay? You're doing the same thing that you did to stay together. If y'all went out on dates, you know what I'm saying? I remember me and my husband on one of our dates, we watched like the All-Star game. We watched the basketball All-Star, right? The NBA All-Star game. So sports was a big part of our relationship, right? We went to go see the Redskins. We went to go see the Wizards, right? Like sports was a big part. So do the same things that you did to get in your relationship. Continue to do that, okay? So that's one thing. We would walk together at the end of the night, right? We would walk together at the end of the night, right? Where say after dinner, we got the kids doing whatever, we would take a 30-minute stroll around the relationship, okay? We would walk together, right? So spend that you're not arguing, you don't want anything, you just keeping up with getting to know your partner, okay? You're just continuing to get to know your partner, all right? All right, so those are a couple things. I want to keep going, but you guys, you know, this is the anger management side. This is the anger management time of our workout, right? And so that means pop, 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 bam, bam. You know what that means. A lot of us carry a lot of stress around on us and we don't get it out. And so I want to teach you guys some air boxing moves so that when you feel frustrated, you can just envision the person's face, and I want you doing your uppercuts and your jabs, okay? Uppercut, uppercut, jab. Uppercut, uppercut, jab. We always do this at the halfway mark. We're at 60 on the kettlebell, and we got 600 down here. Uppercut, uppercut, jab. Okay, the person who cut you off in traffic, uppercut, uppercut, jab. All right? Uppercut, uppercut, jab. All right? The person at your job getting on your nerves, uppercut, uppercut, jab, right? Person who ate your oatmeal, uppercut, uppercut, jab, right? Nobody said happy birthday, uppercut, uppercut, jab, okay? I want you guys to do that movement. You don't have to do it on a kettlebell, on a stair stepper. I do it because I'm trying to get to 1200, okay? But you can just as easily be down here, uppercut, uppercut, jab, 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 uppercut, uppercut, jab. And then switch your leading hands, okay? Switch your leading hands. If you're leading with the right, boom, boom, bap. Okay, boom, boom, bap. Then come on this other side, boom, boom, bap, okay? And you can count 1, 2, 3 on one side, 1, 2, 3 on the other side, 1, 2, 3 on one side. Yes. Mr. 420 says, don't drink my Modelo uppercut, uppercut, jab, right? And this is a fun way, you guys, to bring down your stress level, right? Because you can literally think about, yesterday you guys saw there were people going up and down. And my builder of my home, this person they're just so annoying. And so he's somebody, him and the whole people who work for him, they're people who I could go uppercut, uppercut, jab, uppercut, uppercut, jab, because they don't pay attention to detail, and I'm a detail person. All right, y'all, uppercut, uppercut, jab, uppercut, uppercut, jab, All right, make sure you get your uppercuts. Uppercut, uppercut, jab. Let's see if we can do it till we get to 700. Uppercut, uppercut, jab. If you're on the stair stepper and you bend down, uppercut, uppercut, jab. You're gonna feel it more here. Uppercut, uppercut, jab. Other side, uppercut, uppercut, jab. We're leading with the left side. Uppercut, uppercut, jab. Uppercut, uppercut, jab. All right, uppercut, uppercut, jab. We're already at 713. Tap the live, tap the live, tap the live, you guys. Tap the live, tap the live, tap the live. Let me make sure my screen's not broke. Nope, it's not broke. Libert Green, welcome in. Che, welcome in. Joyce, welcome in. Gina, welcome in. Today's topic up for this day, start your day with a win workout, is toxic relationships, okay? All right, so we talked about your family relationships. We talked about, to recap, we talked about how you know it's toxic. You headaches, migraines, you feel bad, you don't want to be around folks, okay? So now we're going to get into some solutions after we talk about work relationships, okay? I have a colleague, I'm a entertainment writer, TV writer, TV producer, podcast producer, and my company, one of the biggest, if not the biggest entertainment company in the world, it just closed a lot of offices and things like that. And a lot of the people who I've worked with, they're very stressed out. If you're stressed out at work, it can lead to anxiety and depression. Yes, row 04, wise up. Hey, welcome back. Yes. Hey, Star, I'm doing the best I can with my little boom, 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 pow. I'm doing the best I can. Hey, Steve Rogers, welcome in. Rose in Life. Hey, you guys, my friend Rose in Life is from Sri Lanka, and she's back. Hey, Rose in Life, how are you doing? All right, so you have to make an assessment, guys. How are you feeling about work? Don't be afraid. Like, if you have to look for another job, create a side hustle, what have you. If it is causing you stress and anxiety, it's worth you checking out. Okay, it's worth you checking out. All right, you guys, it's time for us to go ahead and get to the 60 to 80 kettlebell swings, okay? And then we're going to go in and we're going to start talking about solutions, all right? We're going to start talking about solutions because it's great to talk about the problem and know it's there, but you know what? Thank you so much. Good night, Rose. Where Rose is, it's night, but where it is, where I am in America, it's daytime. So she comes in before she says good night. All right, Rose, have a good night. Thank you so much for stopping in. All right. Yes, bro, because listen, my house is only a year old, okay? So why you gotta come in and have to fix something unless you was trifling to start with? Come on, wise up, bro. That's what I'm saying. Just like your handles say, I'm saying to the people, they need to rise up. That's what I'm saying. All right, y'all, so 60 to 80, let's do it. We're doing it with the heavier kettlebell this morning. If you have a kettlebell, you're only lifting it to shoulder height, okay? You are trying to hinge your hips. You are hinging your hips, so you're trying not to bend so much, okay? We want to pull it so that we're getting it from here, okay? Right? Y'all told me to wear my thing today, so I got this on. My trainer will be so happy, like, because I don't wear it. I bought it too big, so I don't even really wear it. Like, this might be a large, and I probably need at least a medium, right? So anyway, all right, y'all, let's go. All right, let's get it. 60 to 80. All right, 60, woo! 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70. Come on, let's keep going. 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80. All right, y'all. Okay. Woo! That's a whole lot. All right. Yes. Yes. Yes, Ty. Yes. How are you guys coming along? If anybody is working out with me, put it in the chat. How are you guys doing? How are you doing? What's your number, Mr. 420? Are you up to 300 push-ups yet? Ty, how are you doing on your reps with your 20-pound weight? How are you doing? Okay. Yes. Anybody over on my TT side? Are you guys doing good with your workout this morning? All right. We have done 60 to 80, okay? So we are kicking butt, as they say, and we are taking names. Who's next? And we got our anger management. Boom, boom, bam. Boom, boom, bam. Boom, boom, bam. I saw some Clarissa Shields. Clarissa Shields videos yesterday. I love her drive, man. I love her drive. I love it. All right, so let's get into solutions today. Our solutions for toxic relationships. I want y'all, if y'all know me, I used to own a hip hop magazine. I love Biggie. I love Biggie before he passed. I still listen to his music, right? I'm Gen X, right? So I want y'all to remember something. B-I-G, okay? B-I-G, all right? Boundaries, introspection, and going no contact. When we start talking about toxic relationships, I want y'all to be big, okay? Big. Now, we're in here, we're getting ourselves chiseled down, but I want y'all to remember being big, okay? Big. You know they say sometimes, is it a bear? It's some animal that if you see in the wild, you should do this. So they make you, so you appear big, right? And so what I want you guys to remember when you start dealing with toxic relationships, okay? What I want you guys to remember is to be big, right? The first B in big stands for boundaries, all right? Your first B in big stands for boundaries. What am I talking about, okay? If you have kids who are dropping their kids off whenever they want, you got to tell them no. Nah, you can't do that. They come knocking at your door, you gotta either A, take their keys back so they can't just drop people off. When they call you last minute, you don't have to answer. You need boundaries, okay? The first B, my friends, boundaries, okay? Let's pull up 10 with this 15 pound. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, okay? The first thing that you need, boundaries, okay? Speaking up for yourself. If somebody is asking you to do their work at work, okay? You know what? I'm too busy. You know what? I'm still working on this. I'm still working on this other project. I can't, okay? There is power in the word no, okay? Okay? There is power in the word no. All right. So the first B in our solution in dealing with toxic relationships is boundaries. OK, there's a fabulous book. I was in therapy dealing with my marriage, and I went to this therapist, and I was just going in there and I was just complaining about my husband. Oh, he ain't doing this, he ain't doing that, but all this stuff. Hey, blessed one, welcome in, welcome in. Shad Star, welcome in. Josephine, welcome in. Andre Kosi, welcome in, welcome in. And the therapist said, you have a boundary problem, right? And I was like, I have a boundary problem? They was like, yeah, you have a boundary problem. And they recommended me this book. I don't have it on my shop. Let me see if I can add it. But there's this book called Boundaries, okay, by Dr. McLeod. I want to say his name is Henry McLeod. And this book literally teaches you, how to have boundaries in your life, okay? Say, for example, you have a family member that every 15th of the month, they want to ask you for money. Every 15th of the month, they want to ask you for money, right? Okay? This is a problem, okay? But you don't know how to say no, right? You have to learn to say no because you are having a boundaries problem. And when you allow somebody to trample your boundaries, guess what it's going to trigger? Anxiety for some people, depression for other people, okay? You have to have good boundaries, all right? All right, let's lift this 10 up over our head a little bit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. If you were, I'm on 800 on that, okay? If you do not have a stair stepper and you have a weight, you can just sit here like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10, okay? You don't have to do it on a stair stepper, but still do it, okay? Hey, yes. So Mr. 420, you guys, is good. I think he's probably at 500 by now. He has gotten to 500 on the push-ups, okay? So he's working out. He is working out with us. So boundaries. Mr. 420 is saying that, hey, he doesn't have no problem telling people no or what have you, but most people, or a lot of people who struggle with anxiety as it relates to their family and depression as it relates to their family, they don't want to be around their family, they're having boundaries problems. They're having boundary problems. Hey, Ading, how are you? They're having boundary problems, okay? They're having boundary problems, okay? So I want to show you, like, hey, how did I overcome depression and anxiety through lifestyle changes? I started erecting fences in my life. Boundaries. No, you can't stop by my house whenever you want to. No, you can't assume that I'm going to go and do something because you want to. No, I'm not going to give you money because I don't feel like it. And I had to literally start erecting boundaries, okay? I had to start erecting boundaries, all right? Let's do this again, 10 on the other side. Let's do 10 on this again, okay? So boundaries. I give this analogy all the time because it's in the book Boundaries by Henry McLeod, okay? It's him and it's another author. I highly recommend, if you feel you have boundary issues, okay, you have got to get that under control, all right? So boundaries is like you and someone else, y'all are neighbors. And every time your neighbor wants to take out the trash, instead of taking it to the curb, they just dump their trash on your lawn, okay? They just dump their trash on your lawn. And you don't say nothing. You be like, oh, Sally, she's a nice person, but, you don't say anything to Sally. And Sally is violating you every single Friday when it's time to pick up trash. That's what it's like to have no boundaries. You know that you're being violated, but you're not willing to speak up and do anything about it, right? That leads to stress. That stress leads to anxiety and depression. So that's why today, hey, we're talking about it, right? Because you need some boundaries in your life. All right, let's go ahead and do 10 and 10 on this side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yes, that hurts. Yes, that hurts. And y'all know I'm just 3 weeks from my appendectomy surgery, but listen, we got to do what we got to do. All right, y'all, let's go to this other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, y'all, let's get to 80 to 100 for the kettlebells, okay? So now you guys have a little bit of a general idea about how boundaries are done. I have to cheer on my tribe member, Mr. 420. He just got 500 of his push-ups done. My husband used to do 300 a day, so I know this is no joke, all right? I know that this is no joke. Okay, so we got our boundaries in, all right? Let's go ahead and do this. You guys, y'all just see, I am, yeah, thank you, Mr. 420, but you know what? If I see somebody being crazy, I'm just gonna block them, so it's all good. You know what I'm saying? I gotta get me a moderator. But I don't have no problem while I'm looking at the screen and looking at the things. And our row 04 Wise Up says, if people are not nice, well, I guess I don't be nice to them. And that's how the story goes. Well, you know what, Wise Up, I think that's great that you're basically saying, hey, I'm treating people how they treat me. But I would argue when it comes to family, sometimes, and when it comes to intimate relationships, I think we forget that a little bit. I think it's easy to have our guard up when it comes to strangers. I don't know that we're doing that when it comes to our family and intimate people, okay? All right, so let's go ahead and get from 80 to 100. We're taking this 15. So we know this is gonna be a little bit hard, okay? All right, y'all, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, woo, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, woo, 100. When, okay, we got 100 kettlebell swings today, you guys. Oh, okay, we got 100 kettlebell swings. All right, the I, we gotta bust on through this, you guys. The I in big, okay? The B was for big. The B was for boundaries, right? The second thing, yes, positive vibes. The second thing, introspection, okay? You have to be willing to look at your relationship. Mr. 420 in the chat said, how can I maintain, or how can a relationship maintain basically good vibes? Like, what can we do? You got to check in with your partner, right? You got to check in, see what they want. You got to check in with yourself, see what you want, right? A lot of times your partner will give you what you want if you communicate, right? So checking in with somebody, you have to be introspective, right? Don't be afraid to say, listen, I need to, like my husband, he had a group of friends that he was friends with since he was in kindergarten, right? About five guys. And once a month, he wanted to have them over to the house. And at first, I was like, why? They're always coming over here. Why? You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't understand. And he shared a story with me of how when he was coming up, his house, they didn't have a lot of money. And so he couldn't be the guy who always, hosted people. And so now as an adult, because my husband did really well with his business and with his job and stuff, he wanted to be the person who hosted, right? So that communication part is so important. And I'm going to say, if you have a relationship and that person doesn't want to communicate with you, that's a key. It's probably toxic. Okay? That's the key. Like, people don't want to admit they're in toxic situations. If you feel like you're walking on eggshells in a relationship, it's probably toxic. Okay? You should not feel you have to walk on eggshells just to show up in your relationship. Okay? All of these things that I'm talking about today, every single one, guys, y'all gonna get on me. I know I gotta order my thing, but it blanked out again, y'all. We was at I gotta buy another one. I'm gonna get another one. This thing is just like, he's like, I did 3 years with you. Let me go to glory. And I'm like, don't go, because I have to wait to order something new. All right. So all these things that we're talking about, guys, they can lead to they can lead to stress, and that stress leads to anxiety and depression. Okay? You know what I'm saying? Yes. Facts. Yes. I have my active chat over here. Thank you guys so much. Okay. And then the last one, the big G of this whole thing, is going no contact. Going no contact. A lot of people are afraid to go no contact. I'm a go no contact queen, right? Because I take my mental health seriously. Okay? So my mental health, you know what I'm saying? I don't want nobody stressing me out. Listen, when my son's having a hard time sometimes at school and all he been doing is complaining, I be like, listen, son, I need about 2 hours for myself, so I will not be responding to your text messages, okay? Because I have to create a buffer for my mental health. I cannot, me personally, now again, you have to shape this according to what's going to work for you, right? But I cannot just be that person who is always having somebody input a bunch of chaos in my head. I don't work like that, okay? And so for you all, if you are thinking about, okay, I have been feeling anxious, I have been feeling drained in my relationships, you have to set your boundaries, okay? And if that means you can't talk to somebody every day, you have to talk to them every other day. Guess what? You're pulling back that contact. If that means you can't talk to somebody once a week, you got to switch it to once a month. This is a lifestyle change, okay? You don't have to just accept whatever behavior is thrown upon you. You're not a statue. yet you're not a statue. You feel what I'm saying? Let's get our last 100, our last 20, okay? And then I'm going to take this thing off and we're going to do our we're going to get those in, okay? I don't know what you're talking about. What you talking about, Mr. 420? All right, y'all, let's do this thing. 100, 101, 102, 103, 104, 105, 106, 107, 108, 109, 110, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. And you guys, I did such a better job thanks to you all. I did such a better job yesterday with my water because I thought about you all. So I got to about 66 ounces yesterday, okay? Now, people, my trainer's always telling me to wear one of these. Now, what you see, like my shirt is sort of smashed onto my stomach. That's because it's sweat in here. So, okay. Yeah, but that's the thing with those things. I don't, they're supposed to help, but I don't really like them, but whatever. All right. Yes, thank you. Thank you so much. All right. So that's something up. So let's go ahead and see if we can get 30 on each side. That's what we did yesterday. Queen Goddess, welcome in. Welcome in. So you guys, we talked about toxic relationships today. We talked about, family. Okay, an intimate relationship as well as work. Okay, I didn't go into work a lot, but if your job, if your situation, you have to be introspective so you got to check in with yourself, okay? Now, our solutions for today: boundaries, introspection, going no contact, okay? A lot of people be afraid to go no contact. Oh, I got to talk to my family every day. Oh, I got to talk to some. I don't have to talk to nobody every day. It's just how I'm built. I don't know if it's because I'm a Scorpio. I don't know what it is, but I don't have to talk to anybody every day. Maybe my son, probably. But everybody else, they can be on a slab of ice because folks be plucking my nerves. All right, y'all. Let's go ahead and do these elbows to knees. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, okay? We got 10 on this side. Let's do 10 more, all right? We did good. We're doing good. We got about 6 minutes left on our time, but we are doing pretty good. All right, let's keep going. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, all right, 9, 10, okay? With elbows to knees, okay? All you're trying to do is get your elbow to your knee. It works on this side. It works on this side of your hip area, okay? That's all you have to do. Now, again, I did take off my waist trainer. Now my shirt is wet and disgusting. Good for me, okay? But people, they say that works because I believe, and Mr. 420, correct me if I'm wrong, it raises your body temperature, okay? So anything that's raising your body temperature and you're working out is going to push out toxin, therefore help you lose weight, okay? I don't know. I don't like feeling really wet right here, so that's why my struggle. All right, let's do these a little slower again. Another 10, so we can do 3 sets of 10 on this side, okay? 1, 2, 3. If you can't reach your elbow yet, it's okay. Let's just keep going. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right. So we done did 30 elbows to knees on this side. We're working on our hip fat, right? We're working on our abdomen. We've done 120. I'm going to go ahead and order my thing. I tell you. Yes. Now, Mr. 420 says that not only does the waist trainer thing, not only does it help you sweat, right? But it's apparently giving lower back support. I didn't even know that. Hey, Kevin Smith, welcome in. Lika 3758, Brooklyn Bully. Oh my goodness, how you doing? User 967, Raquel, welcome in. Mousy Minore, how you doing? I'm Minore, how you doing? Amy Love Jesus, how you doing? All right, let's go ahead and get this 30 on this other side. 1, 2, All right, let's do it, y'all. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right. We talked about toxic relationships today. Our solution in dealing with family, work, and intimate relationships was the big method: boundaries, introspection, and going no contact. Now, a lot of times we have to build up our self-esteem in dealing with people, okay? Because we have historically allowed people sort of to walk all over us. So that's why sometimes going no contact, it's like a reset. Your computer ever freeze up and you need a reset? Going no contact is our reset. Like, you know what? I can't even deal with you right now. Let me hit a reset button, okay? That's what going no contact is. A lot of people don't understand it. They think it's cruel or whatever. Listen, if your computer froze and you need to do something with it, you're gonna hit that reset button, okay? It's essentially the same thing. All right, let's keep going. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I am encouraging us all to make sure we are hydrated today. Make sure you are drinking water or whatever so you can get this drainage in. I drank, like I said, 66 ounces yesterday. I'm very proud of myself. I had Ty on my mind. I had Mr. 420 on my mind because they were talking about so much stuff in the chat, and that kept me motivated to drink water. I'm going to do the same thing today. If you drink water, it helps you to eliminate toxins in your system and get your drainage. It helps with your lymph nodes and get your draining out. If your body is dehydrated, it cannot drain. Okay? Thank you so much. Yeah, oh my gosh, so you like that. So Ty, mine is too big. Mine is too big. All right, you guys, let's get the last 10. I probably just need to get one that's the right size. Yes, thank you, Mr. 420, for coming in. I hope you come in tomorrow. We love your energy. I gotta fix this thing over here. Hold on 1 second, guys. This thing is so... Yes, okay. Thank you so much. It was a great Jeffrey. Yeah, Jeffrey Huggins, thank you for coming in. Thank you for coming in. All right, you guys, let's get our last 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Woo! Back at you, okay? All right. So we just got that done, all right? So we are doing good today. And I probably owe this thing something. Ty, the stair stepper cut out again. So guys, I really recommend this stair stepper because I think it's a lot of fun, right? And it lifts your behind out. And I know for me, as you get older, stuff can start sagging. But after 3 years, this thing is 3 years old, y'all. The LED or LCD, whatever, it doesn't come on all the time. So like I'm up here, it's counting my steps. I have no idea how many it is. But I know we had gotten to 800. And if I push it too long, it resets it. So let's just see. Yeah, it wants me to leave it alone. I have attachment issues. I'm attached, you guys. I need not to be attached. All right, so in today's episode, you guys, we had a lot of fun today. I appreciate you guys. You guys. Happy Hump Day. Derek Floyd, hello, how are you? Raymond Gonzalez, welcome in. Mr. 420 says to our whole group, have a happy Hump Day. Positive vibes to the universe. You guys, we're doing a great job. We are doing a great job on here. So today's topic was toxic relationships, you guys. And so we got into, if you come in at 8:30, you're going to be right on with whatever our topic is today, how it impacts you, solutions that you can make. As I said, my name is Yasmin. I was diagnosed with depression and anxiety almost two decades ago at this point, and I was on Prozac and Wellbutrin, and I did not want to be on those things. And so I had to come up with ways to alter my lifestyle so that I could remain healthy. And that's exactly what I did, okay? And so So that's the thing. Yesterday, I said to you guys, I said to you all that I was going to show you my weighted vest. Now, a lot of the things, I've had these things for such a long time because when I would go walking with my husband, I would walk in my weighted vest. And so if you don't have a stair stepper or you don't have a piece of equipment and you're going to go walking, I think it was Elizabeth we were talking to yesterday, right, Ty? We were talking about, and we were saying, hey, she was down, I don't know, she was down like quite a few pounds. And she wanted to know, hey, what can I do? And there was someone who was saying, hey, I don't have a lot of balance. What can I do to sort of get started? What can I do to sort of, get going? And I recommend the weighted vest, like a weighted vest, because when I go out walking with a weighted vest, and it's automatically going to make you work harder, okay? Even if I'm on here, I have to work harder moving my thighs, moving my legs with a weighted vest on than if I didn't, okay? But it's not so unbearable, you guys, that I'm like, oh my God, how am I, you know what I'm saying? And so I recommend people, it's just another tool for us to have in our toolbox to help us out, okay? And then you just imagine, and we doing our anger management, jab, jab, boom, jab, jab, boom, jab, jab, boom, right? And so we're working a little bit harder because we have this on, okay? So, all right, I just wanted to show that to you before we left. Yes. Oh my goodness, yes. So, yes, all right. Yes. All right, Wise Up. I hope to see you tomorrow. Wise Up says they're going to learn today. You heard me. Keep up the work. He says, keep up the work, my love. Peace and blessings always. Absolutely. Thank you for coming. Thank you. We're going to go ahead and wind down. Ty said she's on my treadmill, came back on as well. I will walk on that this weekend. Yes. And Fabrice, welcome in. Fabrice, welcome in. Yeah, so you guys, this wraps up our live for today. We will be back on tomorrow at 8:30. I come on Monday through Friday, 8:30 a.m. to 9:30 a.m. I do my stair stepper, although I'm thinking about getting me one of them little treadmills that are inclined now. I'm actually thinking about doing that and just sort of getting on that and seeing how it goes with the weighted vest and testing it. What do you guys think about that? I think I should do that. I think that's what I'm gonna do for my birthday, you guys. All right, we'll think about it. So anyway, thank you so much for coming. I love y'all. I love the engagement. We had so much engagement today. I just really appreciate that. For my TikTokers, I appreciate it. If anything that I mentioned or you see me, I have gloves in my showcase. I have this in my showcase, my vest. I have my stair stepper in the showcase. I have my kettlebells in the showcase. If there's anything that you've seen in the workout that you want, it's all in my showcase, okay? I swear by kettlebells because it really chisels you down. So as you guys see me, I'm already coming in. You're going to see it with muscles. So I'm not going to just be like thin, but I'm going to be like muscled with it. So I really like that look. So that's just something for my TikTok people, for my showcase. So all right, you guys, have a good one. I will see you next time. All right, so for my YouTube folks, hello. My YouTube folks, my birthday is October 23rd. Yeah, and I celebrate the whole month. It has been hard the last 7 years because as I shared with you, my husband passed away the day before my birthday. He had flew out to LA to see me. And he had a blood clot and he passed away. And so I used to, though, before he passed away in my birthday month, I would starting on October 1st, I would be shopping for myself. And I'm talking about little stuff. So I'm talking about oh, let me get a nice lingerie set. Oh, I'm gonna get me some happy Christmas socks. So not excessive because I don't really like, too much excess. But I would do little things, a fancy pen because I'm a writer. And so every day of the month, I would get me something and then I put it all in a big bag. Good morning, the quiet one. I would put it in a big bag. How are you doing? And so on my birthday, I would just open up all this stuff. And then my kids, they'd be like, my mom, because you know why I started that? Let me tell y'all why I started that tradition. Because a lot of times when you're tired, you remain blessed. Enjoy the rest of your day. You said that. Okay. The reason why I started doing that is because a lot of times we wait on other people to give us the things that you want, right? Yes, absolutely. That's why, you know what I'm saying? You know how people be having a table? I don't have end tables because I'm like, I want to be able to do what I want in my family room, right? So I am somewhat a minimalist. Yeah, you would say that. Like, I don't over put stuff places. No. So, but you're waiting for other people to give you what you want on your birthday. So I started giving that to myself. But I will say, since my husband passed away the day before my birthday, you guys, I'm going to be leaning on you all in this month because it probably gets hard for me around October 15th. So about a week before, because I was in my relationship for 27 years and we were married for almost 24. Meaning he died 2 or 3 weeks before our 24th wedding anniversary. So it gets hard for me around the middle of October. But I just, like, today is October 1st, and I'm just praying that, this year I won't have any episodes and I'll be able to power through. So we'll see. So yes, so October 23rd is my birthday. I'm Gen X. So yes. So we're going to power through. So I'm going to need you guys through the month of October. I'm just telling y'all right now. I'm just putting it out there. I'm asking for support. We talked about our toxic relationships today, and we talked about, communicating with people. I'm somebody, you don't ask, you don't get. I'm telling y'all right now, I'm going to need y'all support to get through the month of October. So, you know what I'm saying? So anybody hears that, I'm going to get some support, baby. And I believe that. So that's what's going on. But again, we're going to come up with another fun topic, another life transforming topic for tomorrow. Oh man, Viva la word. Wow. How did I take care of myself? Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness, the quiet one. You have to come on. Let me see. It's October 22nd. Yes. Okay, yes. Okay. Wonderful, quiet one. Thank you so much for coming to the live. That is awesome. I got a birthday twin almost. I'm October 23rd. You're October 22nd. So, Viva la word. How do you take care of yourself as you grieve? Get your new identity as a widow. Well, take care of myself because I have always exercised. I just started exercise. I just kept on exercising. So when I was sad and I had those moments, I still have a lot of those moments, to be honest. I just would get up and go walking. I would get up on my stair stepper. That's why the stair stepper is like, leave me alone. I've given you blood. Leave me alone. It's time for me to go. So I always exercise. So I leaned into exercise. But also as a writer, I journal quite a bit. So I'm writing stuff. Then I journal on my iPad. I'm journaling on my laptop. So I'm somebody who, does that. I've also been in therapy consistently every other week for the last 3 years. Being in therapy, I learned like how angry I was at my husband for dying. I know that sounds ridiculous, you guys. I know that sounds ridiculous. But when you're the one who's left behind and we have 2 kids, and I'm trying to, be good to them, be good to, honor his memory. I have felt very drained with that. It has been very, very difficult for me. And so exercise, therapy. As far as my identity as a widow, I never changed my name. It's so funny. I never changed my name. I got married in 1994. I never changed my name, right, when I got married. And I started a business on my honeymoon, right? So I remember we went to Hawaii for our honeymoon. And I remember like creating my business plan for this business I was going to start. It was a hip hop magazine called Mad Rhythms. I always had a separate identity, although I was married. And I can't tell you how much that helped me because, I handled financial stuff myself. I handled, we were bi-coastal over the last 18 months because I had relocated to LA for my TV writing. So it was so helpful that I had my separate identity. And so when my husband passed away, it was more like I lost my best friend, I lost my confidant, I lost, this person who had really been the stabilizing factor in my life for 27 years. Like, no BS. Like, he was the person who really stabilized me, right? So it was like, it's been hard. You know what I'm saying? It's been hard. Now I will say I had a friend, a male friend, who was referred to me by like a friend of the family or whatever. And he helped me like the first 2 years of my healing. I will say I did have someone who, called me every day, called me multiple times a day, and really helped me. But you know what? I didn't have the closeness to my family that I would have wanted as a widow. I did not have, like, I wasn't really talking to my dad a lot. I didn't have anybody but this one other person that helped me. And so it's very difficult. You know what I'm saying? It's very difficult, and so I just would tell people to exercise if you have, and there's these grieving support groups. There are grief support groups as well. And grief support groups, okay? I would say go to a grief support group. I would say, finding someone who you can confide in. But I know, and also, I know everybody is not a writer, and I know me as a writer, I'm always encouraging people to write. But when you write, you get the pain out. You get the pain out, right? And so it's like, if you're feeling down that day, you can write that down. If you're feeling, worried that day. Now, I will also say, and I talk about this in my videos on YouTube and TikTok, that like I was someone somewhat, I would maybe obsessed is probably like overdoing it, but I was someone who was, I wanted to be financially secure. So from the moment that we got married, I was like, okay, let me save money, let me invest money, let me create a 401k, let me have a business, let me be able to, like, I'm somebody, just because of how I grew up, where there was some chaos financially, I didn't want to have chaos financially as an adult. So one of the things that I didn't really experience that a lot of people experience is a lifestyle change when their spouse passes away. I didn't really experience a lifestyle change because I told my husband, hey, listen, if anything ever happens to you, if anything ever happens to me, we created sort of nest eggs and things like that so that it would be a minimal financial impact. I did it for him. He did it for me. We did it as a family. And so a lot of times, if you don't do those kinds of things, it becomes, well, it's water under the bridge now. You know what I mean? But I would encourage people who are still like, hey, you're going to get into a relationship, to talk about the financial part. I know a lot of people don't like talking about money. I do not know why this is. Well, I do know why it is, but that's neither here nor there. Some, women more than likely outlive their spouses. This is a statistical fact. So if your husband is the main breadwinner, how are you to, handle that if you never even talked about it? What is your plan? And so I tell people, again, and I'll probably do a Start Your Day with a Win episode about this as well. Your financial stability is important. And I'll have, guys in my comments like, this sounds like a business deal. You're making the relationship sound like a business deal. And I'm like, dude, if you've been married to somebody or whatever, why do you want that person to struggle? Right? And so I would also say focusing on your finances. focusing on your finances. That's how I've been able to, like, I worked, I think, I don't know, my husband passed away, and I want to say 6 weeks after I was producing Married at First Sight. I'm a TV producer. I was producing Married at First Sight. I think it was 6 weeks. It was either 3 weeks or 6 weeks after he passed away. I was doing Married at First Sight. Um, and I didn't do it because I needed the money. I did it because I wanted, the challenge to my mind. So, I don't like telling people, okay, you need busy work, you need busy work. I don't really like telling people that. But getting around other people, working with other people, I found it helpful. So if there are any widows out there and grieving, and I'll definitely, do an episode where we can talk about this so that more people who come in at 8:30 can, get the information, because it's important. And I would say men and women, if you're in a relationship and you are relying on that support from your partner, men or women, you absolutely have a right to be like, okay, let's set up a life insurance policy. Let's set up a 401k. Let's talk about annuities. Let's talk about pensions. There's nothing wrong with having those conversations. There's nothing wrong with that. And you have people who want you to feel bad because you want to talk about, your financial stability. And I just call BS on that. I just call BS. So, all right, y'all, I'm going to go so I can continue with my day and do what I have to do. But thank you so much for that question. And I will see you guys tomorrow at 8:30 with another episode of Start Your Day with a Win, because that's what we doing. We winning in here. We winning. So, all right, I'll see y'all next time. Peace.